Go on the computer. So first of all, let's look. Let me share my screen. And the next thing we were on, the most missed. So we went over compute the area and circumference of circle, compute the perimeter and area polygons. We went over compute the perimeter and area of two-dimensional composite shapes. We located points on the coordinate plane. So now what I want to do is I want to go over how you find the slope from a graph, equation, or a table. Okay, so again, we're gonna go through the most missed questions because these are the issues that most people have. So I want to touch on those areas first. Determine the slope from a graph, equation, or table. Now, what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to drop this worksheet into the chat. So if you want to open it up or you want to look at it later, you'll be able to have it. I'll also send in the email. So hold on, let me drop it in the chat. Here we go. Okay, so now if you want to look over it later, again, from a slope, a table, and a graph. Now we have gone over it, but I wanted to be more direct in terms of the most missed questions that people have. All right, so remember, what you want to remember about linear equations is what's the word that's in linear?
Line.
What's the short word in line? So linear equations have to do with lines. You be able to graph a line. It's that simple. So does anybody know? Let me get where's my pencil at? Does anybody know the slope-intercept form of a linear equation? Does anybody know the slope-intercept form of a linear equation?
Y equal mx plus b.
Y equal mx plus b. Okay, so this is the slope-intercept form. So right now, this is the form that we're going to use the most. So now, what two things do we need for an equation of a line? What two things do we need for an equation of a line?
M, the slope.
We need the M, which is the slope.
And the y-intercept is b.
And we need the b, which is the y-intercept. So when they ask you, what is the equation of a line? That's the first thing I want you to think of. Whatever they give you, whether it's 2 points, whether it's a graph, linear equation needs two things, a slope and a y-intercept. Oh my goodness, Mr. Tinsley, but on this graph, I cannot tell what the y-intercept is. Mr. Tinsley, the way you showed us how to do it, how would I find the y-intercept of this equation? So first of all, the directions for this, let's see what it says. I don't know if it says slope or y-intercept. It just says find the slope. But what we're going to do is we're going to do both. We're going to do both. Okay. So even though for this, it only asks for the slope, we're going to find the equation of the line. So first of all, how can I find the slope given this graph here? Does anybody know?
From the
ran over ran.
So I heard two things. I heard two equations. I heard somebody say
M equal rise over ran.
Also, the line is positive.
Okay. The slope of this line is also positive.
That's a B.
So James, I mean, how did you know the slope of this line is positive? How do you know?
From left to right.
The arrow go up. The arrow
right,
is from left
to right. From left to right, what direction is going? What direction is it going? If it's going up, that slope is positive. Very good. Okay, so I heard two different answers of how to find the slope, and I wrote both of them down. One is the equation from your formula sheet, and the other is from when we have class. M equal rise over run.
Right.
Can we use both of these equations?
Yes.
Yes, we can. But what I would say to you is if you have a graph and you have 2 points, well, you can always have 2 points. You can identify those 2 points. I would rather you use rise and over run. What do I mean by rise over run? Can somebody please explain that? Because I forgot already. I can't remember. It's been a long day. Can anybody tell me what I mean by rise over run?
The rises go up the axle, 1, 2, 3, 4, across to the 1, -4. Is that 4? And then you go down the y axle and over to the left.
Okay, let's see. So
Right.
what point am I starting at? What point should I start at? The first point or leftmost point or the second point?
I start at the first point.
Okay. Anybody say they can say second point?
I will start from the one up near the, yeah, I will start from the X.
Well, guess what?
You're doing the
It doesn't
rise
matter.
first.
It doesn't matter. And I'm going to show you right now. So I'm going to start with the leftmost point. So usually in my class, what I tell my students is start with the leftmost point. Why? Because you want this, you want consistency. If you look at it the same way, you'll be able to do it much quicker. So I'm going to start with this first point. What direction is rise?
Up. It's up.
Up or
Down.
up or down? Hold on, Mr. Tinsley. How can rise be up or down? Because if your number is positive, you're going up. But if you're going down, your rise is negative. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to count with me.
1,
2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So my rise is going to be what?
9.
Position
9.
9.
Positive 9. Over. Now I have to run. What direction do I go when I run?
To your right.
Not just to my right. I can also go to my left. Right?
Left.
If I go to my right, it's positive. If I go to my left, it's negative. Does everybody understand that?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's count with me. Let's go count again.
1,
2,
2,
2,
3, 4.
Okay.
4.
So my run
Run.
is 4. So what's my slope of this line?
9, 4.
9 over
9
4.
fourths or 9 over 4. That's how you find the slope of a line from a graph. Now, are they going to get what they're going to ask you? They're going to ask you what's the equation of the line, and we're going to get that. But right now, does everybody know how to find the slope
Yes.
from a graph using
Yeah.
rise over run?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's see if somebody want to use the second part. We got y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x-min. Well, what do those numbers mean? Y2 minus y1. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. What? Somebody explain it to me.
Order pair of your points.
Right. So the x and y of your points. So if I look at this first point, what is my x and my y? What is my x?
Your X will be
-5.
1, 2, 3.
Negative, not -5. 1, 2,
No.
3. Oh, you're right. -5.
-5.
1, 2, 3. You're right. -5. And what is my y?
Negative.
5. Okay. So now, because this is my first point, this is my x1.
No, I got lost. You said -5, 5. What did I miss?
No,
What did I miss? What is second 5? Susan?
it's -4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, but how did you get your Y? Where you get your Y from again?
So here you go. Watch
Oh,
this.
yeah.
So right
Y
here,
axle.
go up here, right? Right.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's -5. Come
right.
over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's -5.
Okay. Okay.
Got me?
Yeah.
So our point is -5, -5. For our second
Yeah.
point, what is our ordered pair?
+1.
1,
Sure about
2,
that?
3, 4. -4. 1.
+4.
What's my
Positive
x?
4.
What's my x?
No, -1.
1.
-1. Remember, your
Negative
x is
1.
always first. And then my y is what?
Okay. Positive 4.
+4. So this is my x2. This is my y2. If I had a third point, I could use x3 and y3. But how many points do I need to figure out what the slope is?
Just one order pair.
How many points do I need?
Or
to
you get
find
2
the slope?
points. You get 2 points.
Only need 2 points.
2 points.
I can use any 2 points. So now, y2 is what?
Y2 is 4.
4.
It's
Negative
4.
1.
Minus. Remember,
Oh.
so y2 minus, what's y1?
Minus.
4.
Y1 is
Negative 5. Minus negative
negative 1. Oh, negative 5.
No, y1 is negative 5.
Right.
Closely, this is why I labeled them. The first point, x1 and y1. The
Yeah.
second point, x2 and y2. Now, when you know it, you don't have to label it. But right now, just do it that way. Label them until you know it. Now, what is x2?
Negative 1.
Negative 1.
Minus
The
5.
minus comes from the formula. And then what is x1?
Negative
Negative
5.
5.
Negative 5. Now, watch this. 2 negatives make a what?
Positive.
So we get 4 plus 5
No.
It's 9.
over, and again, 2 negatives
1
make a
plus-
positive. So negative
1 plus
1
5.
plus 5. What's 4 plus 5?
Nah, 4.
9. 9 over
And what's
4.
5 minus 1?
Over
4.
4.
Did we get the same exact answer for the slope?
Yes.
It doesn't matter which one you use.
The other way was easier though. Rise or run.
Right.
first
When you
one
have
is
a
special.
graph, it's easier to use rise over run. You're 100% right. So,
Yeah.
any questions before we move over to number 2, and then I'm gonna have you try number 2.
No.
Okay, so let me clear it. Let me scoot over, and let me make this a little bit bigger so everyone can see it nice and clear. So it's coming at you live and direct. Now, I want to know the slope of this line, and I want you to send it to me in the chat. I'm gonna set my timer for 2 minutes. Send me your answer in the chat. I'm setting my timer for 2 minutes.
Okay.
Hold on for 1 second. I'm gonna mute myself. Someone is having trouble getting into the site, so let me send the link again. I'm gonna mute myself.
No.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, make sure, Robert, you send the answer just to me. I think you sent it to everybody. Darlene, I have your answer. James, I have your answer. Who is iPad? Who is iPad?
It's Fariha.
Okay. Let me see. Hold on. Let me rename it real quick.
I did change mine. I sent you another one.
Okay.
I sent it to everyone. How
Okay.
do I?
I also send my second
So
one too.
you change it to just me instead of everyone. You hit that drop down arrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Good evening, Alex and Shannon. Glad you could join us. Okay, let's see. So I have
Hello.
Darlene and Robert. You gave me another answer. Let's see where we are. Okay, let's look at this. All right, so we have, hold on, let me check my timer.
Did you hear my answer, Mr. Tensley?
Did I say your name? I can't remember. Let me see.
James.
Oh, it should be 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, I do
I'm
have
sorry,
the answer. Yes.
Okay.
we made it 3.
So we still have about 30 seconds left. Make sure you check your answer.
Oh, let me send you another one.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right. So we're running. It's about 10 seconds left. Actually, no. It's, okay. 18 seconds left. 17, 16, 17, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. I got you. I have an answer from you, Alex. Thank you. Okay. So, first of all, this is what I need you to get in the habit of. From left to right, is it going up or down?
It's going down.
It's going down. From left to right, it's going down. So that means the slope is going to, the answer is going to be positive or negative.
Negative.
So right away, that's the first thing I want you to be able to look at. If the slope is positive or negative, you should be able to see it from left to right. If it's going up, it's positive. If from left to right is going down, then your slope is negative. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
The reason why I'm telling you that, because 2 of your answers are going to be positive, 2 of your answers are going to be negative. If you can just identify if it's positive or negative, you knock 2 out the way right there. Now, okay, so again, I'm going to start at my leftmost point. So if I'm at my leftmost point, which direction am I going?
Up.
Down.
Oh, you going down?
Down.
Okay.
Let's count with me.
1, 2,
2, 3,
4, 5, 6,
7.
7. So is that positive?
Negative 7.
Negative 7. So again, this is what I want you to do. Every time you're doing a problem like this, you go through the same exact steps. Negative 7. Why is it negative 7 again? Somebody tell me again, because of what direction am I going?
down.
Down. Okay, let's do the run.
1, 2.
Let me get my arrow. Hold on.
6.
3, 4,
5, 6.
5, 6.
6. So my run is 6. So my slope of this line is what?
Negative
7 over 6.
Negative 7 over 6. Everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Right.
That's how easy the slope from a graph is. Okay. Okay. Now, slope from an equation. Slope. Now, again, I sent you this worksheet. You got enough practice. Slope from an equation. Okay. Slope from an equation. Okay. Well, I don't know why I keep forgetting. What is this slope intercept form of a linear equation again?
Y equals mx plus b.
X plus b.
So what this is telling you, whatever in front of your x is your slope.
Negative 5, 4.
Hold on. Whatever's left is your y-intercept. It's really that easy. It's not rocket science. All you're doing, whatever's in front of your x is your slope, whatever's left is your y-intercept. So let's look at this. Let me clear the screen. For number 5, what is the slope?
Negative 5, 4.
5 over 4.
Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Yes.
Simple. What is the y-intercept?
3.
Positive 3. Can somebody mute themselves? I hear a lot of background noise. So the slope is negative 5/4. The y-intercept is plus 3. Okay, for number 7, what would be the slope?
The slope will be
Negative 3 over 4.
Negative 3 over 4. Does everybody understand that?
yes.
Yeah.
So now, let me do. I'm gonna go out on a limb right here. If you know the answer, and you've answered it, I want you to not answer, because I don't want the same people answering every question. I want to make sure everyone knows. But now I got a question for number 7. What is my y-intercept? What is my y-intercept? Oh my goodness. 12.
0. I said 0.
Oh, 0. 0.
Because the slope is a straight line.
Nope.
Ah.
We already said the slope was -3/4. We said the y-intercept is 0. So what is meant by the y-intercept?
The line cross on the coordinate plane. The line straight. It goes straight across the. It go horizontal across the coordinate plane on the y-intercept.
You can't use the word in the definition. What is y-intercept?
I don't know. Word.
Who can tell me what the y-intercept is?
The y-axis?
Where it crosses the y, where the line crosses the y-axis.
Axis. Okay.
So instead of doing these last two, I'm gonna go to another graph. And what we're going to do is we're going to figure out what the equation of the line is, right? So we're going to figure out the slope, and we're going to figure out the y-intercept, and we're going to figure out the equation of the line. So now, initially, we just found the slope. Now, we're going to find the y-intercept, and then we're going to find the equation of the line. So understand what the steps I just did. So first, we found the slope. First, I showed you how whether it's positive or negative.
Okay.
Then we found the slope. Now we're going to define what the y-intercept is. So, for example, let's start this problem. Let me change my color back to red. Is this slope positive or negative?
Positive.
It's positive.
Positive. It's going
Why
up.
is it positive?
Going up.
Because from left
to right.
What direction is it going?
It's going up.
Up.
It's going up. So my slope is positive. Very good.
Right.
Okay. Now, the second thing I want you to be able to do is if you can. Now, if you notice on those first two problems we had to do the slope, the line we didn't see where the line crossed the y-axis. But here you can. This is your x-axis. This is your y-axis. Where does the line cross the y-axis?
Okay. That'd be 3.
Nope.
The line crosses the y-axis, right?
Positive 2.
2.
Positive 2. Oh, I ain't know I didn't see the positive.
Where does the line cross?
Positive 2. Yeah, positive 2.
At positive 2. Now, if you want to know what point that is, the point is 0, 2. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Okay, why is that important? I'm going to tell you why it's important. Because the y-intercept is where x is equal to 0. So your y-intercept is where x is equal to 0. You can see it because if you take that point where it crosses the y-axis, if we come down to our x is 0. Does everybody see that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, the next thing I want you to notice. Boom. We got so we said it's positive. We said our y-intercept is +2. Now, we're going to use, how many points do we need to find the slope of a line?
2.
2. Well, we already have 1. We're going to use the y-intercept. It makes it easy. We already have 1 point. Now, let's decide. So, well, Mr. Tinsley, where am I going to get the second point?
-2.
Understand this.
Negative 2.
A point has an infinite amount of points, but you only need 2 to do the slope of a line. So can I choose this point?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Can I choose this point?
Yes.
Yes. You can use that. Yes.
Can I choose this point?
Yes.
Yes.
Should I choose this point? Could I use that
No.
point?
No.
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 Yes.
No
Yes,
crossing.
we
No,
can.
no.
We can use any 2 points to find the slope, but we will not use this point. This is the reason why. We can't tell what the x and y is.
Right.
In real life, if you understand what slope means, you can use any 2 points. For our purposes, we will not use this point because we can't tell what y is. We can't tell what x is. So we want to choose a point where the x and the y are both whole numbers. Everybody understand that?
Right.
Okay, good.
So if you go down
Now,
a little further, we can find it.
right. So
Right.
if we could use, so we can use this point.
Right. -2. Thought I was
Oops,
thinking.
let me change that back to red. I'm sorry. So now let me explain something to you. And this is what knowledge is sometimes. If the y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis, what is meant by the x-intercept?
The way the line crosses the x-axis.
Where it crosses the x-axis. So now we can use any of these 2 points to find the slope. I'm going to look. I always start with the leftmost point. So I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna go up. Start counting with me.
1,
One.
2, 1, 2,
2. And now I'm gonna do my run.
1, 2.
1, 2.
2.
That's
So,
mean it's
My
1.
slope
It's 1.
is rise over run. Now, look at what I'm doing. I keep writing the formula over and over.
Rise over run. Right.
I know you know it. Why do you keep writing it? The reason why I
over
keep
2.
writing it because I want you to do the same thing. So as you're doing your work, I'm modeling the way I want you to do it. Now,
Right.
once you got it down, you can
1.
fly through it. Now, 2 over 2 reduces to what?
It's 1.
1.
1.
1. So if my slope is 1 and my y-intercept is +2, what is my equation of the line?
Y
equal x plus b.
Y equals x here. Plus +2.
Plus
Plus
2.
2. So all we did, understand what we did. Let me change my colors again. I like changing my colors. All we did was take this and put it right there. All we did was take this and put it right there. That's it. We just substituted it in. Well, why don't I see a 1 next to the x? Remember, in algebra, you will never see the coefficient of 1 in front of a variable. You'll see every other number or fraction, but you will not see 1. So it's just y equal x plus 2. Everybody understand that?
Yes.
All right, let's try one more. I want a negative one. Come on, can I find? Oh, they don't have any negative ones on this sheet. Okay, we'll try this one right here. So I'm gonna set the timer for 2 minutes. I want you to tell me several different things. I want you to tell me whether this slope is positive or negative. I want you to tell me the y-intercept. I want you to tell me the slope. And then the last thing I want you to tell me is the equation of the line. I want you to tell me 4 things. So when you answer, when you send it in your chat, you should have 4 answers. Positive or negative, B equal whatever it is, M equal whatever the slope is, and then the equation of the line, y equal mx plus b. So I want 4 things. Okay?
Oh, you want?
I'm
say
setting the
it
timer
again?
for 2 minutes. I want whether it's positive or negative. I want the y-intercept. I want the slope, and I want the equation of the line. So when you're writing it in, when you're sending your answers in, the first thing you'll write is a positive or negative. I want the word positive or negative. The second thing is I want B equal whatever the y-intercept is. Then I want M equal whatever the slope is. And then I want the equation of the line, y equal mx plus b. And I'm gonna set this for 3 minutes. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes. Send me your answer in the chat. Oh, am I recording?
Did you record it?
Yes, I am. So let's see. Oh, that's another easy slope. Remember, reduce your slope to lowest terms.
Okay.
Reduce your slope to lowest terms. Yes, you are correct.
So it's gonna be
Did you get it, Mr. Tessie?
Let me see. Somehow my chat just disappeared. I don't know how that happened. Let's see. So, James. Yes. 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 Remember, you don't need what don't you need in front of that X?
I don't need the coefficient.
You need the coefficient, but you don't need the what. So just pause right there. Let's see. Robert, first part, yes. Second part, yes. Slope is incorrect.
what's incorrect?
Slope is incorrect. So that makes your equation incorrect.
Okay, my slope is incorrect.
Wow, that was a fast 3 minutes.
Okay, all right.
That was a fast 3 minutes. Let's see. Okay. Darlene, first part, good. Why? So what is the variable for y-intercept? What is the variable for y-intercept? Can somebody tell me that? What is the variable for the y-intercept? James, I see your mouth moving, but I don't hear anything. B, Robert, B. So Darlene, make sure you have that right variable for your y-intercept. I know what you meant, but we want to make sure, we're getting it right. Your slope is incorrect.
I fixed that, Mr. Tinsley.
Okay.
I took that out.
Good, much better, looking good. So, let's look at it. So we still have, let's see who I haven't received the answer from. So we got Shannon, Alex, and who's it? That's it, right? Shannon and Alex, I believe. Yes. So I'm gonna give 1 more minute. And let's see if we can get an answer from Shannon and Alex.
Plus.
Alex, the first part is correct. Good. Good. Oh, Robert,
Plus.
you was almost there. You was almost there.
I changed my.
So you forgot to put your slope in there.
I'm trying to get this.
You almost there. You almost there.
Oh, so my number's locked. My number's locked.
Okay.
Okay. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, what's your
number
slope?
Was locked.
What's your slope?
Oh, my slope. It would be 1.
Okay. And then I want you to answer in the chat, but that's okay. Now put your equation.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
My bad.
Alex, that is incorrect.
Let me do it again.
Let's make sure we know how to do it. Time is almost
up. Is it correct?
Yes, but we're gonna go over it right now. So let me grab my red.
Okay.
If you got it right, I do not want you to answer. If I told you were right, I don't want you to answer. So first of all, Alex, Shannon, or no. Alex, you got this right. So Shannon, are you there? Shannon, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so is the slope of this line positive or negative?
It's negative. I mean, it's positive
Why would you say it's positive?
because it's going up. The line is going up.
Because the line is going up. Perfect. I love it. One thing at a time. Let's get one thing at a time. Now, Alex, where is this line crossing the y-axis? At what point is this line crossing the y-axis? Alex.
3.
3. Perfect. I love it. I love it. Plus 3. So the line, we know the slope is positive. We know the y-intercept is plus 3. Now, the slope is what? So what points are we going to use? So remember, you can use any points. To me, I always, if I got a y-intercept, that's one of my points. And then I grab another point. Easy. What's my rise over run?
1 over 1.
1 over
1 over
1.
1. Nice and easy. Now, 1 over 1 simplifies to what?
3 over 3.
Well, 3 over 3, 1 over 1 reduces to what?
1.
1.
1. So, Alex, when you said 4 over 4, the reason why I said that was incorrect because we always reduce fractions to lowest terms. So that's why I said it was incorrect. So 4 over 4 would have been correct because remember, it doesn't matter. Watch this. Let me show you the beauty of knowing the slope. Watch this. I want you to look at this. Watch this. The slope is rise 1, run 1, 1 over 1, up 1, over 1. Am I on the line?
Yes.
Up 1, over 1. Am I on the line?
Yes.
So the slope is a constant rate of change. It will do the same thing every single time. Up 1, over 1, you on the line. Up 1, over 1, you on the line. Up 1, over 1, you on the line. So if the slope was 3 over 2, up 3 over 2, you're gonna be on the line. Up 3 over 2, you're gonna be on the line. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
So okay, so now if my slope is 1 and my y-intercept is plus 3, what's my equation of the line?
Y equal 1. I mean x plus 3.
Well, you said 1, but do we need that 1?
No.
No. So
No.
y equal x plus 3. Y equal x plus 3. Okay. Now, so we did slope from a graph. We did an equation of a line from a graph. We did slope from an equation, but the type of equation that we used was slope-intercept form. So let me see if this sheet has perfect. There we go, right there. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I
Mr.
love
Tinsley,
it.
I got a question.
What's your
Tinsley,
question?
I got a question.
Yes.
Going back to the other equation, right? I did 6 over 6.
Right. 6 over 6
1.
reduces to 1. Right.
Right. Right. Okay. That's why I make sure that I thought I didn't do it right. Okay.
Right. So you want to make sure you
I
reduce.
can use that point at -5. Okay.
Now, is this a linear equation?
Yes. No, that's why I come from my house.
Is this a linear equation?
Yes, it just got it different.
Yes, it is, but it's in a different form. This is a linear equation. How do we know a linear equation or not? That's the question. Okay, well, that means your variable x, the highest degree is the first degree. So your exponent, the highest exponent is 1. So this is a linear equation. What form is this linear equation in? Does anybody know that? What form is this linear equation in?
Point intersect?
No, not slope intercept. Remember, slope intercept. Slope intercept
Y equal
is y
mx
equal
plus
mx
b.
plus b. This doesn't look like that. This doesn't say y equal. So this is not slope intercept form. Standard form. This is called standard form of a linear equation. And it's ax plus by equals c.
C.
Okay. You will not see this in the textbook. You won't see this in the caption, but I'm showing you a nice, easy way that if you're given the equation in standard form, I'm gonna show you how to find the slope and y-intercept. Well, let's see if anybody knows how to find the slope and y-intercept from standard form. Does anybody know?
A,
Would that be 1 over
A equals
2?
X. A equals X. B equals
No. A is equal to what? What number's in front of this X?
oh 1.
-2.
1.
B.
Then B
B is what?
equals -2.
And
2.
C,
Negative
C is
2.
what?
equals to
Seven.
-7.
C over
7.
1.
So if you notice, this is what I want you to understand. Whatever's in front of your X is your A. Whatever's in front of your Y is your B. Whatever's on the right side of the equation is your C. Oh, I don't see anything there. If you don't see anything there, it is a
Is
1.
1.
1.
A is 1, B is -2, C is -7. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. How do I find the slope? What easy way did I show you how to find the slope if you're given an equation in standard form? Does anybody remember?
A over B.
Not A over
no,
B.
Change over A.
over B,
Change A over
and
B.
C over B. And C over B.
And the y-intercept is C over B. Correct. So to find the slope, you change the sign of A and put it over B. So if A is 1, what's the opposite of 1?
Negative 1.
-1. B is what?
Negative 2.
-2. Two negatives make a what?
Positive.
A positive. So the slope of this line is what?
1 over 2.
1/2.
1 over 2 or 1/2. What is C?
7.
7.
C over B.
What's B?
Over negative 2.
-2. So we can't reduce that anymore. So your equation of the line, again, if you want to slope intercept form, you want to put it in slope intercept form, it would be what?
Y equals 1/2 X plus B plus 702 -2. So, okay.
Now, I heard what you said, Robert. You said Y equal 1/2 X plus minus 7/2, right?
Right.
That's exactly what you said. A plus and a
Yes.
minus make a what?
Negative.
Negative.
So all you have to do, remember, is plug it in. It doesn't matter to plug that in there, plug that in here. Y equal 1/2 X minus 7/2. Got me?
Got you.
Now, that's how they're gonna. Now, recently they've been asking about standard form. So you want
Let
to
me
be
ask
ready
you a
for
question.
standard form. Yes.
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Tension.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so when we did 1 A over B, right? So that's
No, not A over B.
negative A over B.
Negative A over B. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I didn't have to put. Oh no, it wasn't. I ain't paid. It was another negative right there next to that too. Okay, that's when. Okay, I'm like, what I'm missing? Okay,
Right.
now I got my glasses on, still can't see.
All right, let's try one ourselves. Let's try one ourselves.
All right, cool.
Go over, let me find another. There we go, right there. Okay. So in the chat, I want to know several things. And again, I'm modeling the way I want you to do these problems, right? So I want to know, remember standard form is AX plus BY equals C. I want to know what A is. I want to know what B is. I want to know what C is. I want to know what the slope is. And I want to know what the y-intercept is. And then I want to know the equation of the line in slope intercept form.
Okay.
Oh, that's a whole lot. Hold on, Mr. Tenzi. That's a whole lot.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm having you doing all this, because I don't know what they're going to ask you. They might give you standard form and they might ask for the slope. They might give you standard form and ask for the y-intercept. They might give you standard form and say, what's the slope of the parallel line? They might give you standard form and might ask you the slope of a perpendicular line. So I need you ready for everything they're going to ask. So this is why I'm modeling how I want you to do it. Identify if it's slope intercept form or standard form. If it's standard form, identify A, B, and C. Plug in for your slope, plug in for your y-intercept, and tell me what it is in slope intercept form. I'm gonna give 3 minutes. 3 minutes should be enough time. Farid, let's see. Yes, A is correct. B is correct. C is correct.
Okay.
Your slope is correct. And now your slope, remember, the variable used for slope is a lowercase m. Now, it doesn't matter what variable you use, but that's what's commonly used, lowercase m. Your y-intercept is correct. Very good. Now, what's your equation of the line? It's the last thing you need to give me in slope-intercept form. You're missing something. Everything you did was almost right, but you're missing something out of that equation of the line. You're missing something. James, your A is correct. Your B is correct. Your C is incorrect. Adjust those glasses.
All right.
All right, let's see. I don't know what you gave me. James, your C is correct. Now A is incorrect, Robert. I want you to identify A, B, and C first. Then I want you to identify the slope. Then I want you to identify the y-intercept. Then I want you to give me the equation of the line.
Okay. A equals.
Now your equation of the line is correct. Yes. Can't forget that. Can't forget that.
Get it wrong. Okay.
Oh, I ain't sending you the answer. I'm just sending you how you set it up first.
Yeah, that's what I want you to do. So send me A, B, and C, then send me your slope, then send me your y-intercept, then send me the equation of the line and slope-intercept form.
It says you want the A, B, C, or you just want the A over B and C over B?
I want A, B, and then C first. See exactly what's on the screen. So A, B, and C first. Then I want the slope. Then I want the y-intercept. Then I want the equation of the line and slope-intercept form. Or that was a fast 3 minutes, right? So, and the reason why I'm timing you is because you need to be able to solve these problems. On average, each question you should have 3 minutes. So that's the time frame you should kind of use. Now, James, give me the equation of the line and slope-intercept form. So let's see. So did I get an answer from Darlene yet? Let me see. Darlene, I need an answer. Let's see. Shannon, I need an answer. Alex, I need an answer. Let's see. And give them 1 more minute, and then we're going to go ahead and go over. And then again, I'm going to send this worksheet with the video. So you'll be able to practice. You'll be able to do these. Now, do they have the answers on this sheet? I don't know because I just downloaded it.
Is it
You know the slope, you know the y-intercept. Now, is that y-intercept correct, James? You know, make sure them sign numbers are right. If you're not sure, put it in your calculator.
My sign number. Oh, I missed that. Okay. Okay. And then that'll be
Wow. Oh, no problem. Okay, I got your message, Darlene. I'm glad you still could join us.
all right, boom, is that it?
Yes, James, that is correct. All right, so let's go over this. A is what?
A is 7.
A is 7. B is what?
Negative
2,
2. C is what?
2, is it?
28.
What's C?
Negative 28.
Negative 28. Make sure you see those. Make sure you bring the signs with you. Now, so now, again, identity. What people make the mistake is that they think negative A. No, identify your A, B, and C first. Now, if we want to find the slope, we need to take the opposite of A. What's the opposite of A?
Negative 7
Negative 7. What's B?
over 2.
Okay, so my slope is what?
Negative 7/2.
Negative 7/2. Okay, to do my y-intercept, what's C?
Negative 28.
Over B, what's B?
2.
2. What's negative 28 over 2 reduced to in lowest terms?
Negative 14.
Negative 14. So if I know my slope is negative 7/2, if I know my y-intercept is negative 14, what would be my equation line in slope-intercept form?
Anybody else want to give it?
MX, M,
No, what does it start
negative
with?
7 over
And the
2.
equation must start with what?
Y equals
Y
equals negative 7 over 2. Y equals negative 7 over 2. Negative 14.
What's next?
Oh, plus B.
Nope.
No.
Negative 7 over 2 what?
X, I'm sorry, X.
X. And then what's your y-intercept?
Negative 14.
Negative 14. Good. Okay. Now that's how you find the slope and the y-intercept from standard form. Yes.
Now, when we flip the negative 7, right? We leave the 2 as a positive. We don't make that a negative at all, unless it's a negative.
Exactly. So all you're doing is substituting in. A is negative 7. B is 2.
Okay.
The reason why the sign changed before is because we had 2 negatives, and 2 negatives make a positive.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. So we did slope from a graph. We did slope from an equation. And the last one is slope from a table. Okay. I'm gonna have to mute you, James. You got a lot of background noise. So again, so let's look at what we're doing. So let me make sure we understand what we're doing. From the most missed questions, let me increase the zoom. We are here. Determine the slope of a line from a graph, equation, or table. But before I do that, before I do slope from a table, because I kind of went over that last week, but before I do that, I want to go over parallel and perpendicular. Now, Mr. Tinsley, man, last week you did slope. 9 days ago you did slope. If you look at the most missed questions, look how many have to do with linear equations. This is the most important part on your exam. Linear equations will be 7 to 10 problems on your exam. That's almost 25%. If you have 10 problems, that's a quarter of your exam, 25%. This is why I spend so much time on linear equations. For most everybody in here, look at your practice test. Look at locate points on a coordinate plane. Find a linear equation. You will see 4 to 5, almost everybody in this class that sent me their score report. The issues they had the most problems with was linear equations. Okay, so this is why we're going over it over and over and over again. So now let me go back to that review sheet. And let's make sure we understand parallel and perpendicular lines. Well, first of all, what is a parallel line? What is a parallel line? Because sometimes Go ahead.
It runs, we could say, across the, how could I say, horizontal?
Nope, doesn't have to run horizontal. Nope. What are parallel lines? Anybody know?
Is it two lines going the same way?
What do you mean the same way? Lines can go
2/3.
Same
no, I don't
direction.
want the answer. I want what a parallel line is. So let me explain what a parallel line is. Because sometimes if we don't understand conceptually what it is, we don't understand. So for example, if I have a line here, a horizontal line here, and a horizontal line here, because you said horizontal, right? It's two lines that will never cross. That's what a parallel line is. But they don't have to just go horizontal. They could go
Any direction. That's right.
like that.
As long as they don't cross. They don't
Parallel
they never
lines
cross.
are two lines that will never cross, right? Because of that, this is why the slopes of parallel lines are the same. So what does that mean? So let me show you. So y equal 2x. What's the slope?
2/1.
2/1, which reduces to what?
1.
No,
2,
2
I'm
over 1,
sorry, 2.
2. Y equal 2x plus 3. What's my slope?
2/3.
Nope. What's my
So
slope?
2/1.
Which is reduces
2
to
over
what?
1.
Where are you getting
2.
2/1 from? Why are you saying 2/1?
Because you got the 2, the x is always 1.
No.
Right?
This is what we're doing. Remember, this is slope intercept form. Whatever's in front of the x is your slope.
Right.
Whatever's in front of your x is your slope. So here, it's just 2. Here,
2.
your slope is
Okay. 2.
2. Y equal 2x minus 5. What's my slope?
2.
2. These are all different equations, but they all have the same slope. If they have the same slope, that means all these lines are parallel. They will never cross. So y equal 2x, y equal 2x plus 3. Now, recognize the pattern. They appear the same. They all have a slope of 2. So let's look at 13. What's the slope of number 13?
2/3.
2/3. What's the slope of any line that's parallel to this line?
2/3.
2/3. That's simple. So if they asked you in an exam, what's the equation of a line that's parallel to this? You're looking for the equation that has the same slope.
Always the same.
Y equal 2/3. Okay, so let me save this. Let me clear it. So let me clear it. Did I save that? I don't know if I did. So for number 14, what is the slope of number 14?
9/5.
9/5 or 9/5. What's the slope of any parallel line? Any line that's parallel to this line, what's the slope gonna be?
9/5.
9/5. Everybody understand that? It's very simple. It's not hard. Okay, so remember that. Okay, now, all right. Find the slope of a line that's perpendicular. What is a perpendicular line?
Just said
It's
line,
crossing lines
touches.
by angle.
Right. It's two lines that cross, but form a 90-degree angle. So two lines that intersect. So lines can intersect. These two lines intersect. These two lines intersect. These two lines intersect. Are perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines are two lines that intersect and form a 90-degree angle. They form an L. Does everybody understand that? Okay. All right, good. Let me clear it. Because of this, because they're perpendicular, to find the slope of a perpendicular, you take the negative inverse. You take the negative inverse. Oh my God, Mr. Chenzi, all these mathematical terms. I'm gonna keep it simple. Change the sign and flip. So the slope of number 15 is what?
2/1.
Nope. The slope of number 15 is what?
-2.
Oh, -1/2.
-1/2. The slope of a line that's perpendicular to that line would be what?
+2/1.
+2/1. 2/1 changes to what?
2.
2. So understand the question. Understand what you have to do. First, you're finding the slope of this line. Then, since I said what's the slope of the perpendicular, then you find the slope of the perpendicular. Everybody understand that?
Okay.
Okay, so I don't like number 16, it's too easy. So I'm gonna make my own problem up real quick. Okay, so let me find a blank page and I'm gonna make this up. Don't worry. So M equal, no, oh, not M equal, Y equal. Y equal -2/3 x plus 5. A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. In this first set, I want to find the equation that's parallel. In the second set, I want to find the equation that's perpendicular. So hold on. Y equal 2/3 x equal 3/2 x minus 10 y equal -3/2 x plus 2, y equal -2/3 x minus 15, y equal 2/3 x, y equal 3/2 x minus 10, y equal -3/2 x plus 2, y equal -2/3 x minus 15. So in the first set, I want to find what equation is parallel to my equation above here. So, and I want you to send me in the chat A, B, C, or D. What equation of the line is parallel to the equation I have above?
You want the letter or you want the
Just the letter, just the letter. A, B, C, or D. A, B, C, or D. And I'm gonna set it for 1 minute. I'm only gonna give you 1 minute. You should be able to look at that and get it right. What line is parallel to y equal -2/3 x plus 5? A, B, C, or D? I need an answer. If it's possible, I need you to answer A, B, C, or D. It was a fast minute. James, you have to unmute yourself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, there you go. I can hear you now.
Did you get my answer?
Let's see. Let's see. So, yes, I did. So you're saying A for both of them?
Oh, I need the other one too?
Yes, so it's just 2 problems there.
Oh, okay.
So Robert is incorrect for the first one, and you only give me one, and that's the second one is correct.
Okay, so
Let's see. Right, so yeah, first one is correct. Your second one is incorrect. Robert, you're still
Ask you a
incorrect.
question. I'm gonna send this answer. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be right, but I'm gonna send an answer to you. I need to ask you a question about this.
Okay, let's look at it. Let's look at it. So this is the last problem we're gonna do for this evening. We want to make sure we know how to do it. So first of all, the equation that is given, what is the slope?
Negative 2/3.
Negative 2/3. So when we look at this list of 4 equations, what line would be parallel to a line that has a slope of negative 2/3?
A.
No.
Oh, I mean, D.
D. Because the slope of D is also negative 2/3. Does everybody understand that?
Right.
Now, we still know the slope of negative 2/3. What will be the slope of a line that's perpendicular?
That'll be the opposite, right? So it'll
Opposite.
be
So instead of negative, it's going to be what?
positive.
Positive. And what do we do to the fraction?
Inverse. Flip.
So what should it be?
B. 3/2.
D.
3/2. So we're looking for the equation that has a slope of 3/2. What line has an equation of a slope of 3/2?
B.
B.
But let me ask you a question. But the y-intercept is different.
That's not what I asked you. See, you're focusing on the wrong things. That's not what I asked you at all. I didn't ask you whether it was the same line or not. I asked you, was that line parallel? So let's look at some examples. Let me show you. So I'm going to open up a graph real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. So give me 1 second because I need you to understand what parallel lines look like. The y-intercept means nothing. The slope is what tells you whether they're parallel or perpendicular.
Okay.
So y equal 2x plus 3. Okay, I'm going to hit enter. Y equal 2x minus 5. Those 2 lines will never cross.
Right.
I can go on
Okay.
forever. They will never cross. Why? Because they have the same slope. Doesn't
Okay.
matter. Y equal 2x. Y equal 2x. Don't matter. They are parallel. They will never cross. Lines that have the same slope are parallel. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, now let's
No
look at
matter
perpendicular
what
lines.
B is.
Y equal, I'm gonna flip 2/1 to negative 1/2. Because 2/2 is the same as 2/1. So if I flip it, it becomes
Okay.
1/2. And if I change the sign, it becomes negative. So now, when those 2 lines cross, they form
At 90.
a 90-degree angle. So this is so you can see it right in front of you. It doesn't matter, but you have to understand and have a conceptual understanding. So when you ask you that question, it's easy. So if they ask you about a parallel line, you're looking for an equation that got the same slope. If they
Okay.
ask you for the lines perpendicular, you're looking for an equation that has the negative inverse. Change the sign, flip it. So watch this. I'm just gonna make these up. I'm gonna make these up. They coming right off the top of my head. Y equal 3/2 x minus 7. Enter. Y equal. Now I'm going to change the sign. Negative 2/3. 2 divided by 3. X plus 3. It doesn't matter what the y-intercept is.
Okay.
If you notice, when those 2 lines cross, what do they
For
form?
90 degree.
That 90-degree angle. This is a right angle. That's what makes lines perpendicular. When 2 lines cross and form a 90-degree angle.
Okay.
Okay, so I try to make it as simple as possible. Listen, right here, what you're looking at right here is 3 to 4 questions. What we went over tonight is 3 to 4 questions on your exam right tonight. Make sure you understand it. If you need to go over this video, sometimes these are long because they're about an hour long. You go to my YouTube channel under linear equations, you'll see shorter videos for each one. Slope from a graph, slope from equation. They got shorter videos. This is an important part. Now, let me show you something. Watch this. Let me see if I can find one last example before we leave. Now, I said that was the last the last question, but this is what I do all the time. You gotta excuse me. I apologize. So give me one quick second. Let me try to find one that has a graph that we can see. Let me see.
Now, when I go to your website, I think I have it, but I got it somewhere in my. I got it somewhere in my thing. I'll find it. I'm just pointing to it over there.
No, let me see.
I always give you a thumbs up.
Say it again.
I always give you a thumb up.
I always give you a thumbs up. Listen, I want you to give me a thumbs up when you pass that exam. That's the thumbs up I need.
It's coming.
Now, why didn't you talk to you after class? But if somebody gonna give you a practice test, you take the practice test, sir.
I just did one 2 weeks ago.
It don't matter. Somebody gonna give you another one free. Practice as much as you can. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject. Let me see if it's not showing up. Why is it not showing up? Here we go. Let me see. Why is what happened to my what happened to my Adobe Reader? Where did you go? There we go. Okay. See if I can find one real quick. Let me see if I can find one real quick. And this is just an example that you should be able to do quickly. Hopefully I can find it. Something you should be able to do quickly. And I can't find. See, when you're looking for something, you want to find something, you can't find it. Then when you're not looking for it, it shows up. And then you don't need it. I can't find it right now. I can't find a good example right now. Oh my goodness. Come on. Is this one? There we go. Found it. Thank goodness. Let's look at this problem right here. Let me tie this first. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Okay, watch this. You can't even see B and D. You can't even see it. But we're going to answer this question. Somebody sent me this question. Which graph represents y equal 1/3 x plus 2? So, what's the slope from this equation?
1/3.
1/3. What's the y-intercept?
2.
2. Is this slope positive or negative?
Positive.
Okay. So because we know the slope is positive, what multiple choice can we get rid of right away?
B.
B? Why?
And
Even though
C.
we can't see it,
Down.
we can see it's going where?
Down.
Down. For D, we can see it's going where?
Down.
So we know it's not C, it's not B. Now, what's our y-intercept?
2.
Which one has a y-intercept of 2?
A.
Hey, 15 seconds, you done. Is it positive or negative? What's the y-intercept? What's the slope? Helps you answer this question in less than 15 seconds. This is considered a difficulty of medium. This is an easy problem. Okay, so that's the last question for tonight. Any questions before we leave? So we went over slope. Slope from a graph, slope in the
Go back to that problem again. Go back to that one again. Let me see something.
No, I'm trying to go get some dinner. It's like, no, go ahead. What's your question? Go ahead.
It will be 1 up, 2 over, 3 over, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
You see that?
Listen to what I'm saying. Watch this. We know it's positive.
Right.
We know the y-intercept is 2.
Right.
We know the slope is 1/3.
Right.
That's negative slope.
Right.
That y-intercept is 0. Can't be C. Bam.
Yeah, I was trying to do rise or run though with this.
But why?
Just to make sure. I know.
You didn't got rid of 3, but okay, we'll do it. There's a point. Go up 1, go over 3. 1, 2, 3. Are you on the line?
Oh, I see it now. Okay.
But it's no reason in this problem to even do that. You eliminated 3 of the multiple choice.
Right. You're right.
If you eliminated 3, it ain't no reason to. Right. You can still go up 1 over 3. Right. You can do that. But why? We already eliminated B and D because they was negative slope. We already eliminated C because the y-intercept is 0. We're done. That's a 15-second problem.
Right.
Get off that problem, get to the next one.
Okay.
If you had 2 problems that had a y-intercept of 2, then you would have to do the slope and up 1 over 3.
Right.
Got me?
Right. All right. Enjoy your
That's a wonderful question, though. That's a wonderful question. Still a good question.
All right. Don't forget to send me the video.
Any other questions before we leave tonight?
Yeah, what about the practice test? How you get the practice test?
So the practice test is on the Schoology site, and I got about 5 of them.
Okay.
Now,
I
you
went
can
to
either,
that site, but I didn't do the practice test.
okay, let me show you real quick. Let me show you. If you already know what Schoology is, that's all we're going to do for this evening. Just going to show you what, so you log in. I should be already logged in. No, I'm not. When you go, you should only have 1 course. Once you register, you're going to go into courses. You should see GED Math in 30 days.
Okay.
And then here go math lessons. Anything you want to ever cover, anything you need to practice is right here. Okay.
Okay.
In each section under math lessons, you have notes, you have pre-tests, you have handouts, and then you have online practice at CK12 in Khan Academy. You also have an online textbook that you can use with notes and practice. But if you want the practice test, you're not going to go under math lessons. You're going to go under practice test. You click on practice test, they go practice GED exams. You got 1. Now, there are 2 different types. One with feedback. Feedback means right when you submit your test, whatever answers you have wrong, I show you how to do it. The ones similar to actual tests are like the real exams. You just got to go through it and finish it. Then you get your score at the end.
Okay.
So what I would advise you to do the feedback, make sure you understand the questions, then go to send me the extra test. I just added another practice GED over the weekend, algebraic reasoning. But I have 5 practice, 6 practices, 7 practices that you can work on.
Are they timed?
They're timed.
Okay.
The 2 I want you to really look at are those 2. So even if you just focus on those 2 and take them 1, 2, 3 times, make sure you're not doing them. Those are the most important ones.
Okay, got it.
They're similar. They are 40 to 45 questions, a 2-hour time limit, and they're similar to the actual test. These other ones have 20 questions, 10 questions, 15 questions. They're really not the length of the real GED. The first 2 are the length of the GED, between 40 and 46 questions, and you got a 2-hour limit.
Okay, got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right, you have a good night.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You have a good one, too.
You too. Any more questions, Darlene, Alex? You're good?
Thank you. Good night.
You're welcome. Good night.
Thank you. Good
Have a
night.
good night. Bye-bye.